Introducing the all-new 2022 Allegro RED 340. Affordable luxury at its best, with loaded bumper-to-bumper amenities not found anywhere else. When you're ready to hit the road, the powerful 340 horsepower diesel engine on a Freightliner XCS straight rail chassis is there to propel you towards your next adventure. Its inviting features include handcrafted cabinetry and solid surface countertops, making it the perfect home away from home. The standard Freightliner RoadWatch safety features help keep your mind at ease and deliver a pleasurable drive wherever you're headed. Discover new destinations with an impeccably smooth ride with a surprising comfort-oriented design, all in one premium motorhome. We're going to give you a quick walkthrough of what's new for the model year 2022 and show you how to use certain features and functions of the RED 340 to help you prepare for your new adventure. Because of progressive improvements and specifications, standard and optional equipment are subject to change without notice or obligation. For a complete and up-to-date list of available options and specifications, visit tiffinmotorhomes.com. Before we begin exploring the new 2022 Allegro RED 340, here are a few basics to help you get started. To unlock the front door, we have two keys, one for the deadbolt lock and one for the regular lock on the bottom. To drive the motorhome, check to see that the chassis battery disconnect switch is turned to the on position. This switch is usually found in one of the rear passenger side cargo bays. To run your appliances, check to see if the rotary switches for the house battery and inverter disconnect switches are turned to the on position. You will most likely find these switches in one of the middle driver's side cargo bays. Above the driver's seat, you will find the remote control to turn on the inverter. Not all appliances will work with just the inverter, so you will either need to connect to shore power or turn on your generator to run all appliances, including the air conditioners in your coach. The RED 340 comes standard with an 8,000-watt Cummins Zone and Quiet diesel generator. It runs on the same diesel fuel tank as your engine. As a safety feature, if your tank gets below a certain point, the generator will shut off and will not restart until the fuel is added to avoid running completely out of fuel. Many features throughout the coach are controlled through our Spyder Multiplex Control System. One control panel is conveniently located next to the entrance door, just above the designated location for the provided fire extinguisher. Controls may vary coach to coach. The first button on the panel is the porch light. Next to that is the door light. Then the door awning, extend, and retract. Next, the light master, entry light, and main ceiling lights. On the bottom of the panel are two more switches. The first is for the 12-volt disconnect. Make sure this button is on to give power to your 12-volt items. Next is your entry step, on or off. Always make sure the steps are extended when stepping out of the coach and are stored securely under the coach when leaving the site. The master control screen for the Spyder Multiplex Control System is located in the middle of the coach. The first button, located on the far left on the bottom of the screen, is the home page, which gives a summarized view of controls, starting with a section for the levels from your fresh, gray, black, and LP tanks or liquid propane gas levels, as well as your house and chassis battery levels. The next section has the controls for your main lights, galley lights, entry lights, water pump, which is how you use your water from the fresh water tank if not connected to city water, master light switch, and your backlight of this control panel. When it comes to lighting, if there are up and down arrows next to the light has a dimming capability. All you have to do? Press and hold the button to dim. The button next to home takes you to the lighting page. This can control all lights on the interior and exterior of the coach. You have the option to turn on the lights in the main ceiling, driver's side slide, bedroom, galley, entry, task, midsection bath, and rear bath. For the exterior, you have the porch and door lights. If you also want all the lights on in the interior, you have a light master switch here. When turning the light master off, a memory is saved of the lights that are on at that time. Turning light master on turns on only those lights that were on when Light Master was turned off. Press and hold Light Master to turn all lights on at full brightness. This cancels dimming an individual selection of all lights. The third button over on the bottom of the screen brings you to the Fans page. This houses the controls fans for the galley, midsection bath, and rear bath. The button next to that opens your Slides page. Here, you will find the control for the bedroom slide, and you will find the control for the front slide of the driver's seat. The slides operate only if the parking brake is engaged and the ignition key is turned to the on position. It's best to always make sure the coach is level and ensure that there is plenty of room outside for the slides to extend all the way out before letting out the slides. When bringing the slides in, make certain the floor is clear of any obstructions. Remember, slides work with the ignition key on. The final button on the far right opens the Settings page. Here you can control the screen brightness, screen settings, screen color, wireless settings, and also see diagnostics for the coach. Here's a helpful hint. If you seem to be having trouble with your Spyder Multiplex Control System, make sure you have plenty of battery power. You may also want to reboot by turning off your 12-volt battery and your main house battery and inverter master switch. Wait 60 seconds. Then turn the batteries back on. If you are still having problems, please call Tiffin Motorhome Service Department at 256-356-0261. Next to this master control panel is your thermostat for your front and rear air conditioning zones. Now, let's check out the driver's compartment area, and we will start right at the driver's seat. All of Tiffin Motorhome's rear-engine diesel models that are on a Freightliner chassis will get to enjoy the incredible features of Freightliner's DriveTech. DriveTech is Freightliner's driving system that maximizes safety by putting every command in one easy-to-reach location. The ergonomic steering wheel and column-mounted controls are paired with OptiView's all-digital gauge display to create a more automotive-like experience. Within this display is where you will be able to see many features like your tire pressure monitoring system. You will also see two brand new features for the model year 2022, which are your adaptive cruise control and collision mitigation. These are part of Freightliner's Road Watch safety suite that includes automatic traction control, electronic stability control, and roll stability support. When adaptive cruise control is enabled, your coach will maintain your set speed as long as the road is clear, and when the road isn't clear, it adjusts your speed to match the speed of the vehicle in front of you. Collision mitigation is an active safety system that detects objects ahead and measures your vehicle's position and speed in relation to others on the road. When things get a little too close for comfort, RoadWatch applies the brakes to mitigate the collision, while OptiView gives you audible and visual alerts. This safety feature is active even when cruise control is not. Now, let's take a look at the controls on the steering wheel and column. The left-hand column controls are where you control the windshield wipers, headlights, and turn signals. A lane change can be signaled by a slight bump to initiate your desired turn signal for several seconds without locking the control into position. The right-hand column controls are for the transmission and engine brake. Easily rotate the gear selector between drive, neutral, and reverse with the integrated auto drive or manual gear selection. Remember, when parking your coach, always make sure you are in neutral and that your parking brake is engaged. To manually shift, push the control away to get into manual mode. Then pull towards to cycle through each gear. When you reach fifth gear, another shift will return back to auto drive. You can also press the button once on the end of the right-hand column control to return to auto drive. In driving mode, you can toggle the transmission from performance to economy mode. Just press and hold the button on the end of the right-hand column control. The engine brake can be engaged by pulling down one click. Below the right-hand column control, you'll find the hazard lights. Below the left-hand column control is a small circular knob to adjust the accelerator and brake pedals for the comfort of the driver. The left-hand steering wheel controls are used to access an extensive menu of coach data, including trip 1 and 2, gauges, fuel economy, tire pressure, road watch, vehicle configuration, and diagnostics. The right-hand steering wheel controls are the hands-free phone controls with call display and phone battery life information displayed on the dashboard, cruise control settings, and marker light interrupter control. The driver and passenger seats are both power adjustable to help ensure maximum comfort on long journeys. To the left of the driver's seat, you will see the switch for the heated side view mirrors and the controls to adjust the top portion of the side view mirrors. Next, you will see the switches for the auxiliary start, which ties all your batteries together in case your engine batteries get low. Next is the air horn button to turn the air horn on or off depending on your location. And there is also an override button for your automatic traction control. Below your cup holder, you will see your valid air level controls. The leveling system will not work unless the ignition key is in the on position and the parking brake is engaged. To automatically level your coach, all you have to do from the home screen is push leveling and then push the auto level button once, and the coach will level itself and shut off automatically. When you're ready to depart, press the travel button on the home screen once and the air leveling system will prepare for travel. There are quite a few controls on the dash to go over, starting from the left of the steering wheel. This is your yellow parking brake. Always have a foot on the brake when operating the air brake. It must always be on when parked. Next are the headlight controls. On the right-hand side of the steering wheel is the in-dash navigation system that comes standard on RED 340. The Kenwood stereo does have Bluetooth capabilities, along with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Please note, unless you have an RV-specific navigation app that is compatible with Apple CarPlay and/or Android Auto, then these features should not be used to navigate your motorhome. Instead, make sure to use the built-in Garmin RV-specific navigation system. The radio and navigation can also be mirrored wirelessly onto an Android device that has Android 7.0 or newer operating software with 5 GHz of Wi-Fi compatibility, where you can also control most functions of the radio with your tablet using the Kenwood Screen Control application. Next to the radio is the LCD monitor that works with the rear and side cameras. The monitor will be active whether you are driving forward or when you are in reverse. When you are using either turn signal, this monitor will show everything down that same side of the coach you have designated for your turn signal. Below the radio is a row of control switches. The first is for the driver's fan, located near the top of the windshield. Next are your solar shade and night shade buttons. For total privacy when parked, we also provide a cushion that fits in the small window at the end of the windshield in front of the passenger seat. Then there is the generator start-stop control. Simply hold down Gen Start until the generator starts. You can also prime the generator by holding down the stop side until the indicator light on the switch begins to flash. The next control is for the overhead map light. And then the radio camera master control, which must be on for the radio camera to operate when the engine is turned off. Below your camera monitor is your dash heat and air conditioning controls. And further below is a nice handcrafted cabinet drawer for storage. Next to the passenger seat, you'll find a set of convenient switches next to your cup holder for a map light above the passenger seat, entrance step lights, and passenger fan. In the overhead cabinets above the driver and passenger seats, you will find the Magnum inverter control, which comes with the instructions attached so you can have easy access on how to use the features of your inverter controls, which also include your auto generator start. You'll also find the Girard patio awning controls. After you press on, you are able to turn the LED light on or off, or bring the awning out, stop, and back in when not in use. In the next cabinet, you'll see the Wi-Fi modem and an additional 110-volt outlet. Here is our optional drop-down front bunk. With these two latches released, you are able to pull down and fold out this convenient and comfortable bed. With the slides out, we are able to unhook the seatbelt and turn the seats around for 2 more plush seats in your living room. When you are ready to get back on the road for your next adventure, you can simply reverse the process. Across from the kitchen in this 38LL is your easy-to-access booth dinette. With some maneuvering of your cushions and a turn of a switch below the table, you are able to also convert into another luxury bed. Next to the booth dinette is the incredible Super Sofa. What makes this sitting area unique is that half of it has power reclining theater seating, which has 2 buttons, one to recline and another to lift your head up to the proper TV viewing position. The other half is a flip and fold sofa bed. Simply remove the back cushions and lift the bottom cushions up and out, and your bed is fully extended. Here is the midsection TV above the optional fireplace. The fireplace has switches on top to control on/off, as well as to adjust the heat. A remote can also be found in your owner's manual binder for your fireplace. Below your midsection TV is your soundbar, which is used for your TV's audio and is Bluetooth compatible to pair up external devices as well. The kitchen is equipped with modern solid surface countertops, along with stove and sink covers for maximizing prepping space. These covers can be stored under the sink for when you are ready to use your LP 3-burner cooktop and stainless steel sink. Above the 3-burner cooktop is your versatile convection microwave oven. The convection feature of this microwave works just like an ordinary convection oven. Conveniently located beneath these galley overhead cabinets are GFCI plugins for added safety. If you are unable to get electrical power from these, look for one like this in the closet at the rear of the coach. Push the reset button of the rear bathroom, and that should solve the problem. At the end of the counter is the standard residential refrigerator with a freezer. Below the pantry is the optional central vacuum cleaner. The hose and vacuum attachments will be found in a basement compartment. Near the floor next to the bedroom is a CO2 and LP leak detector. The 38LL has a spacious midsection half bath with storage beneath the sink, plus a medicine cabinet. This bathroom is accessible with all the sides in while you are on the road. The bedroom can be separated from the rest of the coach with this pocket door. The spacious king-size mattress can be lifted to reveal this incredible storage space underneath that goes the whole length of the bed. Next to the bed is a convenient electrical plug plus a light panel, and just below is another USB port. Across from the bedroom are 2 large wardrobes with a TV in the middle. The TV flips up to access your entertainment center. There is a Blu-ray player as well as a Wally receiver for Dish TV. Note, you are responsible for subscribing to the service. If you prefer to have direct satellite service, you will be responsible for a direct receiver and ordering their service. This is your selector switch for watching cable or using the coach's antenna for local broadcast. Simply push which you wish to watch. A remote is provided for each TV, but the Blu-ray player and Dish Network receiver functions can be used on any TV. First and foremost, we can never forget that safety comes first. The bedroom window at the end of the bed reads "Exit." There is a similar window in the front. To exit in an emergency, open the 2 handles by pulling upward, push the window open, and exit. Make certain each member of your family and all guests know these locations and operations. For additional safety, there is a fire extinguisher near the front passenger seat, a smoke alarm in the ceiling, and a CO2 detector elsewhere in your coach. After a long day of adventures, you can refresh and relax using your spacious bathroom with a shower, as well as a vanity and a power-operated flush toilet. In the shower, you'll notice this blue mushroom. This is part of a very cool and convenient new feature for 2022, the Aqua View Shower Miser. With this switch activated, you are able to recirculate your fresh water back into the freshwater tank until the water is hot. The blue mushroom is a heat-sensitive indicator that changes colors when the water is ready. When you are ready to use the water, just simply turn this knob back to open the water flow out to the shower. The Allegro RED 340 comes standard with the Truma AquaGo Comfort Instant Water Heater. This Truma switch gives you 5 different modes: Eco for energy-saving mode, Comfort, the mode that provides rapid availability of hot water, Clean, puts the AquaGo into decalcification mode. For safety reasons, after 30 seconds, the decalcification process cannot be stopped until the system has been rinsed in accordance with the instructions. Off mode, and then there is an anti-freeze mode that will prevent freezing using 12 VDC electricity. And here we have more switches that control the water pump, lights, and the power fan. Below that is how you flush your toilet. Here is the Spyder system maintenance panel, along with the circuit breakers. Attached is a printed list of what each one controls. The location of breakers will vary from model to model. Now, let's take a look at the exterior features of our Allegro RED 340. It comes loaded with incredible amenities, including some great storage space. Locations of these features may vary depending on which floor plan you are on, but we'd like to make sure you are aware of what they are. Make gas trips fewer with your 24-gallon propane tank. Relax and watch a game at the tailgate with the outdoor TV that is located up above in a lockable door that also houses your soundbar, providing you the ultimate entertainment setup. Here is the access to the back of the refrigerator. Here are the exhaust vents for the furnaces. Next is convenient access to your freshwater tank. These are your chassis batteries, which come with a disconnect switch for when the coach is put into storage for an extended amount of time. The following compartment contains the dual motor synchronous velocity slide controls. These assist in the smooth, quiet operation of the bedroom slides. And next is your chassis fuse box. This is the access panel for the standard Truma Gas Instant Water Heater. This can be removed for routine maintenance. Controls for the Truma Instant Water Heater are located inside the closet on this coach. Remember, the unit must be turned on outside before operating the inside switch. Please read your manual for detailed directions. Let's check out the powerful rear diesel engine. Push these buttons to open the engine compartment. Inside, you will find where to check the oil, which should be done before each trip. You will also find the transmission fluid level check and several filters that require changing at different intervals. Next is the power cord, as well as the surge guard in the power transfer box, which now includes open ground protection, low and high voltage protection, and LED indicators that will illuminate if there is reverse polarity, open ground, or flash when there is a voltage issue. Always be sure the power is off in the main power box before plugging in, and make sure it is off before unplugging. If you find yourself in a situation with 30 amp power only, there is a 30 amp adapter on board. Plug the 50 amp into the 30 amp and the 30 amp into the power supply, and this will supply 30 amp power to your coach. You will not be able to run all appliances on 30 amp power. The next compartment holds your hydraulics motor. Only a trained technician should adjust the hydraulics motor. Next is the DEF tank. This stands for Diesel Exhaust Fluid. DEF is injected into the exhaust system to convert nitrogen oxide gases into a harmless mixture of nitrogen and water vapor. There is a gauge near the top of the tank that will show the level of DEF in the tank for filling purposes. The main gauge for the DEF tank is below the miles per hour on the cluster of dash gauges. If this tank gets too low, it will shut down the engine, but will allow you enough time to get safely off the road. This is your sewer compartment. In here, you will find water hookup and sewer discharge. This yellow lever has 2 positions. This position is to get city water, in which case you must supply your own hose. A white or tan one is advised, as they do not leave a rubber taste in the water. Attach one end to the water inlet and the other end to the park's faucet. Make sure you turn on the faucet, and you should have running water in your coach. To make certain you have plenty of water while on the road, turn the lever to the water tank fill position to fill your freshwater tank. When you desire to have running water while no access to city water, make sure to turn on the water pump inside the coach. There is another yellow lever that gives you a water heater bypass for winterization purposes. To empty sewage from your holding tanks, remove this portion of the bottom of this area and insert the sewer hose up through and attach to the discharge end. Be sure to remove the safety cap before attempting to attach it. You have two separate tanks, one for sewage from the toilet called the black tank, and one for water from the kitchen sink, bath, and shower called the gray tank. It is recommended to empty the sewage first and use the water from the gray tank to clean out the sewer hose. Be sure to firmly insert this end of the sewer hose into the park sewer inlet. Your coach also comes with a Tiffin sewer saddle bag. Simply add sand or gravel and place it over your sewer connection, and this will keep waste in its place. It is suggested you let it accumulate before you empty the sewage. To start discharge, pull the black lever out. When this tank is empty, flush your black tank with fresh water to clean it out as much as possible. This inlet in this compartment is your tank flush valve. By attaching a hose different from your regular water hose to this valve and turning on the water, you can flush out your sewage tank. It is suggested that you run water at full force for 10 minutes or more to be certain your tank is clean. While this is taking place, leave the black lever out to allow the water to flow through the black water tank and out through your sewer hose. This will clean the inside of the tank of any debris. After this procedure, turn off and disconnect the water hose, then close the black lever by pushing it in. Next, discharge the gray tank by pulling the gray lever out. When the gray tank is empty, push the gray lever in. When finished, be sure to replace the chemicals in your black tank. This is your water filter, which should be changed every 6 months depending on usage. To store utilities when you're ready to move, simply reverse all these procedures. At the top of the utility compartment, there is a cable tripod hookup, 2 GFI electric outlets, a water pump switch, and a solar input for portable solar panel kits. Portable solar panels are not provided with the coach, but can be purchased if desired. On the wall of one of your storage compartments, there are master rotary switches for the inverter and the house battery disconnect. These switches must be turned on when in use. When stored for extended periods of time, they should be turned off. Next are your house batteries. Conveniently put onto a sliding tray for easy access for your routine maintenance. In the smaller compartment below the driver's window is the chassis multiplex module, which also includes your slide-out override controls. In this same compartment, up in the top corner, you will find a T-handle at the end of a cable. Pull this, and the front generator compartment will slide open. The last thing we recommend is a routine walk-around before departing. Make sure all slides are fully in. Everything is unplugged and put away. There are no obstructions in the front, on either side, or overhead. Press the travel height button on your valid leveling controls if leveling was used, and check all your tires' air pressure through the tire pressure monitor on your dash. If all is clear, you are ready to take off your parking brake, put the gear in drive, and get on the road to your next adventure in the all-new 2022 Allegro RED 340.